All right, Jason Rona back here in the J-Concepts garage. We're here with Fred Reap talking RC Monster Truck suspension. We got the reactor trucks here in front of us, Fred. We got the 10.75, we got the 13-inch wheelbase, but the one thing in common here is these trucks have a leaf spring suspension out of the box.
Right.
And it's very common in the 80s and the early 90s that the real 1-to-1 scale monster trucks we're using leaf spring suspension, and that provided your spring. The shock provided the cushion for some of these harder hits and jolts. Later on, in the later years, they had the 4-link suspension, nitrogen charged shocks, coilovers, and went a whole different direction in terms of the suspension. But for a Stage 2 retro truck, we wanted to incorporate the leaf springs, and the leaf springs provide a lot of different things for the trucks themselves. But Fred, when you're building this truck and you're setting it up, what exactly do the leaf springs do, and how can we adjust them on the reactor truck for a harder spring, a softer spring, and that kind of combination?
Right, well typically here, the leaf spring setup, it's absorbing energy. So the truck's up in the air and it's landing and it's absorbing the energy of the landing. We're damping that because, if you just have a typical spring, it's just gonna, be bouncy. There's nothing to absorb the recoil of it. That's why we incorporate the silicone-filled shock. So you can adjust things, quite differently. In the early years of monster trucks, they had stacks and stacks of leaf springs, necessarily to get a ride height out of the truck, make them real big, real tall, but you could see them when they perform. They're bouncing all over the place. The truck is oversprung. And a lot of these with the RC monster trucks, a major understanding is your sprung and unsprung weight. Most of your weight here is on your axles and tires. Your suspension and your chassis that's your sprung weight. It's very light. These trucks are very lightweight up top. So you want to consider that in your build. And some of it's driver's preference, but myself here is I will tune the suspension for the sprung weight of the truck. So we can adjust that with our springs, we can adjust that with our shocks and shock oil. So when I'm adjusting it, I like to have a nice long and a progressive spring, a nice soft dampened landing. The truck's kind of squishy. It doesn't really have a real sharp recoil to it. That's when you add more leaf springs. That's when it's going to be real bouncy. To get it nice and plush, you take the leaf springs out and a nice soft arc, and it makes a nice plusher ride.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously, you got things where if you're going to have a spring and you're going to have a really high arch, like the St. Louis arch, it's going to be a very stiff, it's not going to want to move and compress very well.
Right.
The longer you run that arc out, the longer you can get that spring, the more droop you can have in the spring, and the longer you can make it, the softer it's going to be, the little more plusher of a ride you're going to have. We got a pivoting shackle too element going on with these trucks, where the leaf spring setup will swing with the axle pivot system. On this truck, we have it pivoting on both sides of the leaf spring because we're trying to make this as adjustable and as free as possible. And as Fred mentioned here with the leaf springs, you can make the ride a little bit harder, stiffer by adding more of the leaf springs that come with the kit, or you can take some out and have a little softer ride. You can see we have 2 trucks equipped completely differently here. You might see in these photos and these videos where some trucks have 8 shocks, and other trucks we went with 4 shocks. And Fred, you built yours, you went with the 4-shock combination, a little less leaf springs in yours. And talk to us about kind of equipping yours that way versus the stock setup.
Again, I just look at it as the ratio to the sprung and unsprung weight. If you want a little more dampening or a little stiffer in the front, maybe run 2 shocks up front with a softer spring setup. It really comes down to the driver preference. You really need to go out, you need to have fun with these things, bash them a little bit, and have fun with it.
Yeah.
And as you do that, you learn, and you'll tune it to the way you like it.
So the way we build these shocks, it's with the pistons that it calls for in the manual, the oil that comes with the manual, you go with the 8 shocks. The truck is pretty stiff, pretty rigid. We recommend using more of the secondary leaf springs, kind of brings the truck ride height up, makes it a little taller, doesn't quite sit into the travel of the shock. And then when we go with the 4-shock setup, and have less of the leaf springs in there, the secondary leaf, then the truck can sit into the travel a little bit more and kind of sags down a little overall lower ride height. But you know, you kind of run that balance of the shocks kind of compressing further into the travel. You don't have as much ride height, and then you're relying on sort of a little droop out effect when you jump and you want those axles to drop a little bit compared to ride height to kind of pull some travel up during a landing. You know, you'll go through the stroke of the suspension. So two different setups here. We've run it both ways. I think ultimately if you're racing, you want to try to soften things up just a little bit, especially if you're running the longer wheelbase truck. I think that truck tends to jump a little flatter, and then when you have the bouncing front to rear action, it smooths that out a little bit more than the shorter the truck. The shorter truck kind of bounces front to rear and has more actions front to back. It usually jumps a little nose high or a little rear high, and that's how the bouncing action happens. And with the longer truck, you get a little smoother ride.
Right.
But you don't necessarily have quite the turning radius with the longer truck that you do with the short. So there's always a kind of a give and take with this setup, but ultimately describing the shock setup here, I think if you're going to build it to the manual, you go for the 8 shocks all the way around. You go with the recommended amount of leaf springs, secondary leaves, and then if you're going to go for a different competition build, perhaps you go for just the 4 shocks. You don't need all that damping action in the suspension. You actually want a little less of that because it's a little bit freer and allows you to work with less leaf springs.
Right, and the REACTOR design is terrific to where it's very easy to take a shock off and change a leaf spring out. You know, it has a lower pivoting leaf spring pad, which is genius to where these trucks here, it's if you had a rigid pad on the axle, it would make these very, very rigid side-to-side movement. Where this here is, we have a lot more articulation in the chassis. So it's a great machine. You gotta, again, build it to the manual, go out and drive it, have some fun with it, and then start tuning it on your own. Maybe take a shock off, maybe take a leaf spring out. You got to tune it to the way you like it.
And that's exactly what we do around here, right? We we drag the jumps outside, we do some asphalt jumps, and we know that jumping on asphalt, it's the hardest surface we're going to land on. So we know that's going to be the worst case scenario. You know, if we're going out there trying to break something, trying to jump and see what the suspension is doing, we know the asphalt and the BMX style jumps, that's going to be our kind of our worst case scenario. We know if we're going to get into the softer dirt, we're going to get a little smaller jump, we're going to be in a controlled environment where you don't have as much lead up to a jump, you're not going to go as far.
Right. Yeah, the BMX ramps are the deciding decision maker for these trucks as far as, you know, how to set up these to the most extreme anyway on your suspension setup. Again, the RC tracks, again, tighter, a little more forgiving. The BMX tracks and the, you know, the concrete landing on the asphalt, it's going to punish that suspension. But we did all that for you guys. We did all the breakage. We did all the testing, so you guys can have a little more fun and not have to wrench all the time.
All right, well, thanks for joining us here and with these new pit tips here on the suspension of the REACTOR monster truck.